27:4 says, wrath is cruel and anger is outrageous. And the word outrageous means like a downpour or a flood. It's like a tsunami. It is not possible for you to have a little bit of anger. Anger is a flood. There may be floods that are worse than other floods, but it is a flood that will destroy much in sight. Ecclesiastes 7:9 says, anger resteth in the bosom of fools. My wife and I were riding along in the car with this man who had already paid his wife and his children $1,000 for his anger. And I looked at him and I said to him, sir, part of your problem is you are not taking the problem of your anger seriously enough. He looked at me funny. $1,000 he had paid out, and he's not taking it seriously enough. I had a little New Testament right in front of me. I opened it to Galatians chapter 5. And I read to him this: the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, and so on. Then I said to him, sir, there are some things in life you get victory over because you know you just cannot do those things. The consequences are far too great. There's some things you don't do at your house. Look at this passage. You don't bring X-rated movies into your house and watch them as a family. I said, you don't do that, do you? He said, no, I don't. I said, you would not bring an idol into your living room and bow down before it. He said, no, I wouldn't. I said, you would not have a witch come into your house and hold a seance. And he said, no. And I said, you also don't get angry at your house. All four of those are in the same verse. Ephesians 4:31 says, let all bitterness and wrath and anger be put away from you. A father called me who had a rebellious 15-year-old daughter and 6 more children. The daughter had run away once for a few hours but then returned home, and the father admitted to me that he had a problem with anger. But I could tell he didn't realize how serious his problem really was. He began to gloss over the problem by telling me the high standards that he had for his home, and he felt that his daughter was reacting to his standards. He said, I want you to know we have no television, we have no rock music, we have no immodest clothing, and he went right down the line, and he felt like my daughter's problem is she's reacting to these high standards. By the way, every family has different standards, and it is not high standards that cause children to rebel. That is a false philosophy. That is a false concept. It is not high standards. It is harshness in holding to those high standards. That's what it is. Finally, he had told me all that, and I said to him, sir, can I ask you a question? He said, certainly. I said, how often do you get angry? He said, maybe twice a month. And there was a sense of a spirit of pride and harshness in his voice in the way he dealt with his family. And I said to him, sir, let me explain this to you. I think it's fine that you don't have a TV. But you'd probably be better off to have a TV set and let it run 24 hours a day on almost any channel than to get angry twice a month. You have no idea the amount of destruction your anger is bringing to your family. Another man said he had a problem with anger but didn't think it was too bad, that he only got mad once every couple of months. And my response to that is this: how would you like to live next door to a volcano that only explodes once every couple of months? Incidentally, he didn't know it, but his family was sensing his spirit of anger all the other days of those months. Colossians 3:8 says, But now ye also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. Notice that anger and wrath are in the same classification as blasphemy and filthy language. 1 Timothy 2:8, I will therefore that men pray everywhere, lifting up holy hands, without wrath and doubting. Holy hands are hands without wrath. Titus 1:7 gives one of the qualifications for a bishop: not soon angry. It means not prone to anger. James 1:20 says, for the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of God. The wrath of man is always wrong. It is always carnal. It is never spiritual. It is never righteous.